So we just took a test on volume, and that measured what? What was volume telling me? If I had like a pyramid, what was the volume telling me?
The inside.
The measure of the inside, right? How much could fit inside that volume? Before volume, we did area. What does area tell me? Like the space of that base, right? Or the space of a 2D object. So if I have a square, the area would be all of that shaded inside the square, right? So now we're doing surface area. So it's similar to area, just normal area, but it's on 3D objects, okay? So if I have a cube, the surface area is going to be all of the space that surrounds that makes up that shape. Not what's inside of it, just all the outside, okay? So let's look at this little intro activity real quick. We've got a board that people can post messages on. They're using a piece of paper that's 8.5 by 11 inches, so just a normal size piece of paper. And then they're posted vertically, so just like this. So if it's an 8.5 by 11 inch piece of paper, that means the top right here is the 8.5, right? And then this is your 11 inch. So number 1 down here asks me, suppose 6 messages fit across that board width-wise. What is the width of the board in inches? So is width going to be here or here? Width is going to be my top right here. Okay. So if I want to find the width of that board with 6 messages on it, how could I do that? 8.5 times 6. The width of one piece of paper was 8.5. And if I can fit 6 on there, then you're going to multiply that by 6. So what's 8.5 by 6? What does that give me? 51 inches. So my width of that whole board is 51 inches. And number 2 is asking about the length of it. And it says that we can fit 3 all the way down. So how am I going to find that?
11 times 33.
Good. 11 times 3, because I've got 3 pieces of paper and they're 11 inches long. So my total length would be 33 inches. All right, now they're asking what the area of that message board is. So how do I find the area of a rectangle? Length times width, right? So in this case, I'm just multiplying my width and my length together. So 51 times 33 gives me an area of what?
1,683.
Good. 1,683. How do I say it?
Square inches.
Square inches. Good. Okay, so it's a board that's kind of standing like in the middle of a room on a post or something. So you can see the front of it and the back of it. So it's not like my whiteboard. So if I can see the front and the back and you can post on both sides, they want to know what the total area of the board would be, front and back. So how could I do that, Casey? Right, I can multiply the area of the front by 2, and that would give me the area of the front and the back together. So 1,683 times 2, what does that give me?
3,366.
Okay, 3,366 what? Square inches. So that's the area of the front and the back. All right. What? 3,366. All right, so first we're going to learn surface area of rectangular prism. So remember, I know that it's a prism because I've got 2 faces that are parallel to each other. And it's a rectangular prism because those 2 parallel faces are rectangles. Okay. So I've got my length, my width, and my height of that prism. In order to find the surface area, so the measure of all of those faces together, I'm going to use this formula. So surface area equals 2 times length times height plus 2 times length times width plus 2 times height times width. Okay. So you can kind of think of it like a tournament. So say like a wrestling tournament. If I have one wrestler in his weight class, he's going to have to wrestle all the other ones in his weight class, right? So wrestler number 1 is going to have to wrestle number 2. He's also going to have to wrestle number 3 and wrestler number 4, right? So you're kind of distributing each of these just like, so say this is wrestler 1. He's going to have to wrestle W, and he's going to have to wrestle H. But then W is going to have to come back, and he's going to have to wrestle H as well, right? So you're having to multiply all 3 of those numbers together evenly, and then you're multiplying them by 2. So you're 2 times length times height, 2 times length times width, and then you've already got width and length. So you don't have to do that again. You just have to do width and height. Does that make sense? So that's how we're going to find our surface area. Area, we just said on the front page, we measure that in square inches. Volume is measured in what? How's volume measured? Cubic inches. You just did that yesterday on your test. This is surface area, so what do you think it's going to be measured in? Squared. It's like area, it's just a little bit more, it's an area of the 3D object, not a 2D object. So it's still going to be squared. Okay. So we are measuring in square units. All right, so example 1, let's look at it. I've got my rectangular prism. I need to figure out what my length, width, and height is first. So my 9 right here, that would be my length. The 7 is going to be my width. And then that 13 would be my height. Okay. So then you can just copy your formula down and plug those numbers into it. So 2 times 9 times 13. Add all of those products together, and you get 542. Remember, you've got to use your order of operations. So you've got to multiply all these together first. Multiply these together, and then you can add them. Okay, Abby?
So do you put like a 2 in front of like all of them?
Yes.
No matter what?
Yep, no matter what. Okay. All right, so my surface area is 542 square inches of that one. Question?
Is it because you use 2 because on a rectangular prism, typically you're only finding the 3 of them? So that means like for anything they had to divide by 2 to get both sides of parallel?
Yes, so like this side and this side. So the area of this one would be the same as the area of this one. So you have 2 of them.
All right.
Yeah, so that's why we're multiplying by 2. Just like the top and the bottom, you have 2 of those, so you can multiply by 2.
Front and back.
Yep, true.
On the length, do you have to do a cursive?
I would, because then you're gonna, if you don't, you're gonna mess it up with a 1. So that's why we use that cursive L, so you don't get it confused with a 1 or something. Okay. All right, so let's do A together. What's gonna be my length? What number?
10.
My 10. What about my width? 3. My height? 6. Okay. So I know my formula is 2 times length times height plus 2 times length times width. What's my last one? Width times height, or height times width, whichever. So now let's replace those variables with numbers. So my L is 10, H is 6, L is 10 again, W is 3, and then my H is 6. Can y'all read that okay? Okay, so now I need to multiply those 3 numbers together. So what's 2 times 10 times 6? 120. Plus 2 times 10 times 3?
60.
And 2 times 3 times 6? 36. 2 times 3 would be 6, so 6 times 6, 36, right? Now I can add all 3 of those numbers together to get my final answer. So what do I get? 216 what? Good. Square meters. That's my surface area of that rectangular prism. Any questions about that? Okay, let's do B. What type of figure do I have in B?
Cube.
That's actually a cube, right? So does it matter what my length, my width, and my height is?
No.
No, they're all the same. So I still have my same formula. So that just means I have 2 times 11 times 11. Right. Plus that again, 2 times 11 times 11. Times that one more time. What is 2 times 11 times 11?
242.
242, so I'm going to add that together 3 times. Oops. $726 millimeters squared. Questions on that one? Not too bad, right?
Not really.
Everybody got that copy?
Yeah.
Everybody else good? All right, flipping over number 2. Example number 2. We've got a toy box, and they give us the dimensions, and it tells us that Domingo bought 1 quart of paint, and that 1 quart is going to cover 87 square feet of surface. They want to know if he has enough paint or not. So I need to find the surface area of that toy box first. And then depending on that surface area, if it's greater than 87, am I going to have enough paint? No. But if it's less than 87, then I will have enough paint. Okay. So you can read that example if you need to. We're going to skip on and do letter C. So we've got a cardboard box with 23 feet long, 9 feet high, and 8 feet wide. They want to know if 950 square feet of paper is going to be enough to cover that box. So first I need to find my surface area. Come over here. I'm going to have to write kind of small. So what's my formula again? What's the first piece of that formula? 2 length times width plus 2 length times height plus 2 width times height. Good. All right, so what is my length? 23. What's my width? 8. My length again is 23. Sorry, I can zoom this up a little. My height, what is that? 9. So then I've got 2 times 8 times 9. All right, what's 2 times 23 times 8? 368, we all agree? 2 times 23 times 9? What? 414. And 2 times 8 times 9? 144. So now I need to add those 3 numbers together. What is it? 900.
I got 926.
Somebody else do it and see what you get. Because we're getting a few different answers. 368 plus 414 plus 144. 926. Okay. Okay, so my surface area is 926 square feet. How much paper did he have? 950. So does he have enough?
Yes.
Yes, because 950 is greater than 926, right? So yes. He does have enough.
Is that it? Is that everything?
You what? Oh, okay. Questions on that?
No.
Okay. Tomorrow we're going to learn the rest of the surface area of triangular prisms because second period voted on that. So we're just going to keep it going. So all your homework tonight is just dealing with rectangular prisms.